Have you ever stopped to think about how you can walk out of a freezing cold day into a warm room and feel totally normal in just a few minutes? Or, how you can go for a run on a hot day and not just, overheat? It's all because of this incredible, completely invisible system, your body's own perfect thermostat. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and see exactly how it works. Okay, let's just dive right into the big question. Why that specific number, 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 Fahrenheit? It's definitely not random. It turns out that's the absolute sweet spot, the perfect temperature for all the millions of chemical reactions that are keeping you alive right now. So how on earth does your body nail that exact temperature, no matter if you're in a blizzard or a heat wave? The answer, honestly, is a masterpiece of biological engineering.
The secret to all of this comes down to one powerful concept: homeostasis. And this isn't just about feeling comfortable. This is about straight-up survival. This constant, stable internal environment is the bedrock for everything your body does, from thinking a thought to sprinting for a bus. It is a non-stop, high-stakes balancing act.
So the main thing to get is that your body is just relentlessly, 24/7, working to keep everything in balance. It never ever stops. But, to keep your temperature up, you need a heat source. So where is this internal fire actually coming from? To find that heat source, we've got to take a look at your body's incredible internal power plant, your metabolism. This is where the real magic is happening. I want you to imagine your body is like the most advanced smart home you can think of. The food you eat, all your carbs, fats, and proteins, that's the fuel being delivered. Your metabolism, that's the engine that's burning that fuel. And just like any engine, it gives off a really important byproduct, a constant, life-sustaining flow of heat. And get this process is happening in every single one of your trillions of cells, all at the same time. The food gets broken down, and some of that energy gets packed into this special molecule called ATP. You can think of ATP as the body's little rechargeable battery packs that power everything we do. But here's the kicker. A huge chunk of that energy isn't stored at all. It's just released directly as heat. And while this is going on everywhere, some parts of your body are way bigger heat generators than others. So, if metabolism is our power plant, which rooms in our smart home have the biggest furnaces cranking away? Well, it turns out your body basically has two main heating systems, and they work in completely different ways.
Now, this is where it gets kind of wild. When you're just sitting there, not doing much of anything, one single organ is responsible for a full quarter of your body's entire heat output. And it's probably not the one you're thinking of. It's your liver. And right behind it, your brain is another massive heat generator.
This comparison just lays it out perfectly. The liver is like your body's steady, reliable pilot light. It's always on, always providing a baseline level of warmth. Your muscles, on the other hand, they're the big, powerful booster furnace. They kick into high gear whenever you need a sudden jolt of heat. And the reason the liver is such a great pilot light is because it's basically a tireless chemical factory. It is constantly processing nutrients, detoxifying your blood, building proteins. All of these thousands of reactions are generating a massive, and more importantly, a very stable amount of heat, day and night. And of course, we can't forget the brain. For its size, it is an absolute energy monster. It takes up a fifth of your body's entire energy budget, just firing off signals and processing information, which, naturally, makes it another major source of constant heat.
Okay, so we've got our furnaces, the liver, the brain, our muscles. But how does our smart home know when to crank up the heat or when to cool things down? Well, it all comes down to the master controller.
Tucked away deep in your brain, there's this tiny but absolutely brilliant command center called the hypothalamus. This is your body's central thermostat. Its job is to constantly monitor the temperature of the blood flowing through it and make these split-second decisions to keep you at that perfect 37 degrees.
So, what happens when you step out into the cold? Your hypothalamus just springs into action. First, it zaps a command to your muscles to start shivering. And that's not just some random shaking. That's your body intentionally firing up that booster furnace for emergency heat. At the exact same time, it clamps down on the blood vessels near your skin, basically creating an internal jacket to keep your warm blood away from the cold air. The strategy is simple but brilliant. Make more heat, lose less heat.
And when things heat up, the hypothalamus runs the exact opposite playbook. It throws open those blood vessels near your skin, turning your skin into a giant radiator to dump heat. And then, of course, it deploys the secret weapon, sweat.
As every single tiny drop of sweat evaporates, it pulls a surprising amount of heat away with it, giving you this incredibly powerful cooling effect.
So, when you put it all together, the big takeaway is that staying at the right temperature is this constant, dynamic dance. It all starts with fuel from your food, which gets turned into heat by your metabolism. That heat is produced by core heaters, like your liver and muscles. And the whole show is managed, second by second, by the hypothalamus in your brain. It's just a perfect, self-regulating system.
This incredible system, perfected over millions of years of evolution, is what has allowed us humans to live pretty much everywhere on the planet. But as our world changes and as we face more and more extreme temperatures, it really raises a big question. How will our ancient, finely tuned biological thermostat handle the challenges of the future? That's definitely something to think about.